It's lights out, everybody, and welcome back to the Low Downforce podcast, the four-friend Formula One podcast, and it's still just the three of us. It is Josh, it is J9, and it is myself, Ben. I guess I should have gotten a J name as well to complete the trio, but it is what it is. We are quite excited. We are just coming off of the back of the Austrian Grand Prix, which was a certified banger. At least two of the three of us thought so. You have to check out that review episode to see which one of us thought meh. But either way, we flip the page very quickly because it is a doubleheader. We head to Silverstone, the original Formula One race for the 2025 edition of the Formula One Qatar Airways British Grand Prix. It is exciting. It is energetic, like we talked about. It is the home of Formula One. We've got four drivers celebrating home races that will be relevant later on. Just a little sneak peek. And as is typical British summer, there is rain forecasted for Saturday and for Sunday. Will that affect our predictions? It certainly might affect the outcome of this race weekend. But we don't have Matt here, but Matt's track facts is essential to this podcast, so it goes on. Josh is filling in the role of Matt, so let's get right into it.
Matt's track facts featuring Josh for the Silverstone British Grand Prix. Like you said, the original track, the first ever Grand Prix, was held here. The track is 5.891 kilometers long, 18 turns. It's the fifth longest on the 2025 calendar. There's 52 laps total. The total distance is 306.198 kilometers. The lap record is Max Verstappen in 2020 with a 1 minute 27 second .097. This track is really hard on tires, a lot of degradation, high speed corners, and there's two DRS zones. And Lewis is the absolute GOAT here. He has the most wins here, the most podiums here, the most pole positions here. He has the start finish straight named after him. Lando Norris. Yeah, he does. Lando Norris has his own little standing section this year. I think it's new this year. Maybe it was there in the past.
It's the Lando stand. It's a new grandstand with its own merch pop-up behind it.
Yeah. You mentioned rain. The tires I haven't seen officially, but it's typically the C1, C2, and C3 here.
So this year they're making it a little more interesting. They've gone a little more aggressive. So they've gone the C4, the C3, and the C2.
Okay. So
I don't know how
softer.
that correlates. Obviously, there's changing compounds year in, year out. The C6 is new this year, so I don't know exactly how it correlates to last year, but it is going to be a degradation battle out there, or we might just be on wets and inters the whole time.
It's possible. And as of last year, because they haven't posted the updated data, last year there was an 89% chance of safety car probability. That seems really high to me, but that's what Formula One published, so we're going with it as official stats. That's all we got. It's going to be a crazy race.
I mean, last year it was the pinnacle of what I would think of for a British Grand Prix, with rain coming in the middle of the race and just throwing everyone for a loop of when to change their tires. So last year it was quite wild. Rain came in around lap 18, and it was pretty chaotic at first, but then the rain came in and it was very intriguing. So Hamilton wound up getting his 9th win here at this race, which was the first to ever happen. So record-breaking, emotional win for Hamilton. And it was a battle between Hamilton, Russell, and Verstappen, and both of the McLarens. And so what really got down to the wire of when you change your tires, who went to intermediates, who didn't, right when the rain came on, and then later in the race, just timing those tire changes and making it through. So Hamilton finally, got that win. And I think that was like such a big win last season, maybe just for me, that I'm hoping it happens again this season.
No, I mean,
but we had Nico Hülkenberg do it pretty well last season, getting 6th place. So that was a really strong midfield show up. And McLaren, Piastri had a delayed switch to those tires again. And Norris did have a good change, but towards the end, it was just timing wise. Hamilton pulled through. So very interesting, not your typical race end that we had seen last season. So that was kind of new. And I'm really excited to see rain. I just love a race with rain. It just fucks everything up, and it just makes so much fun.
Hey, we've said it.
So
We've
we'll
said
see
it
what
before.
happens this time.
We've said it before. Changing conditions are a Formula One fan's two favorite words. But no, I don't think it was just you, J9, who loved Hamilton winning last year. I know Josh has talked a lot about Charles winning at Monaco, first Monegasque driver to win the Monaco Grand Prix, probably, if not Silverstone, the most famous Formula One Grand Prix there is. But Lewis Hamilton was coming off, I think, the longest stretch of like not having won a race. He had gone a couple seasons at that point not having won a race, which was the first time in his career. And he winds up grabbing this win, which was incredibly special. He winds up getting a win due to George Russell's disqualification at the Belgian Grand Prix a couple months later. But there's nothing like winning on your home soil. We mentioned it earlier. There's 4 drivers racing for all of their hometown pride and glory. We've got Lando Norris, we've got Lewis Hamilton, we've got George Russell, and new addition this year, Oliver Behrman. Ollie Behrman for Haas is also going to be one of the 4 hometown drivers. Will they live up to the hype, or will the pressure get the best of them?
And this is a home race for a lot of the constructors who almost every team's factory is based out of the UK. So it's a huge race for all the teams as well.
So much so, it's actually interesting that there are now rumors at Ferrari that they might consider opening a second facility in the United Kingdom, which would be a huge kind of change because Formula One feels like it's either British or Italian, and it kind of flips between the two as kind of the centers of the sport, depending on how the teams are doing. But one team, not really team, me, not doing well in the Predictors Championship. I'm in dead last, but Josh has the full standings for us.
Yeah, you are in dead last, 12 points through the season so far. J9 and Matt are tied for second with 16 points, and I'm way out in the lead with 27. You guys got to catch up. I'm pulling away like McLaren.
Yeah, I'm working
right
on
now.
it.
Yeah, you're doing well.
I'm averaging 1 point a race, so
I've done pretty well over the past few races.
Yeah, you're definitely
happy.
climbing. Will that continue? Will I find any improvement? Will Josh keep running away with it? We will certainly find out this weekend. But in order for us to earn points, we got to make our predictions. We go chronological as we do, which means we always start with the pole position. And don't worry, I have Matt's predictions as well. And I wrote my predictions before he sent his in, but it's going to work out really well because all but one of the predictions, Matt and I pretty much have the same. So it will be easy.
Yikes.
So starting right off for the both of us, we're both McLaren fans. We have both gone with Lando Norris taking pole position, thinking that we just saw a dominant quality performance in Austria. Maybe that's the momentum he needed to keep it going.
Yeah, and I've gone with the exact same thought process. I've also gone Lando Norris. When he's hot, it feels like he stays hot. And that's I'm riding with him for pole.
Piastri, let's go all the way. I'm excited.
I like how much J9 is also turning into a Lando hater. It's Matt and I versus the world.
He's hateable.
Always been a Lando hater.
But Josh was way more vocal about it.
That's because I was so focused on like Paris. I was focused on other hates. Very difficult in my mind. All right, we're going P3.
You go for it. You got it.
Oh, I'm going to go? All right. I have Hamilton at P3. I think he's really going to – he did so well last race, getting P4. They came with upgrades. This is his race. This is his moment. I love it. P3.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton has been on the podium at Silverstone every year since 2014. And I also have picked him P3 because – I was going to get sad if he didn't do that. Do I think it'll actually happen? Probably not. I think Charles has outperformed him in the majority of races this year.
But I can hope.
I'd like to see them prioritize Lewis, maybe push him into third.
You never know with rain. Rain is... Yeah. I mean, we know how good Lewis
Ferrari
is in the rain.
Historically sucks in rain.
Yeah, we might be getting into that in a minute. We will find out. But Matt and I have also gone a little groupthink. We have gone with Oscar Piastri in third place. And spoiler alert, our entire podiums are identical. In second place, we have gone with Max Verstappen. We think he's going to bounce back. This is another high-speed track, and we know if Red Bull's going to be good in one place, it's probably high speed. They're going to struggle most other
I've
places.
also gone Verstappen.
Okay, well, this is where we differ. Is I've gone for Norris in second, and then I've gone for Oscar Piastri to take the lead, extend the championship lead,
Yeah.
be a non-Brit to win at the steal it from
Norris.
Lando at his home race.
So I would say
I've also gone Piastri first.
You picked
no
Lando.
podium for Lando for you, J9.
You picked Josh. You picked Lando on pole, Oscar with the win. So you're whetting everybody's appetite for another spicy McLaren battle on track. Matt and I think though it's been 4 poles to wins in a row for Lando Norris, which means we've gone 5 poles to wins in a row. We've gone with Lando Norris in front of the home crowd, riding the momentum of winning the Austrian Grand Prix, seeing his neon yellow, green, whatever fluoro, whatever you want to call it, grandstand is going to will him to the top step. But then we get into P10, the final point position. We spent a lot of last episode. Go check it out about talking about how exciting the midfield is right now. So I'm really excited to see what everybody says. Josh, I'm going to go to you first for who you think's going P10.
I'm going Carlos Sainz. William has really struggled recently, and they need some luck, and Carlos is going to sneak into the points.
I could kind of barely hear you.
You had one like mic surge.
I heard that too. I don't know what the hell it was.
Okay.
Am I hearable, or is it?
I can hear you. You're quiet. So you
Yeah,
might need
you're
to talk
quiet.
a little.
What about now?
You might need to talk a little closer. Yeah, it's definitely better when you're closer to the mic.
Okay. Well,
if you want to run your prediction again, go for it.
I've gone for Carlos Sainz in P10. Williams has had some really bad luck, and they need everything they can get. And so I think hopefully he won't get unlucky, and he'll finally be able to put together a real performance.
J9?
I'm up. All right. I flip-flop back and forth on this, but I feel pretty strongly. I'm actually going to go with Alonso on this one. I think that he's gotten some solid points recently. It's kind of been consistent over the past few races, but not consistent over the full season. So if Verstappen and Kimi, and I'll even say if both Ferraris and Mercedes, stay in and it's a good race, I'm seeing Alonso pull up there in 10th, but not major points, but just 1 point.
Another driver who's been doing well recently, I'm going with Gabriel Bortoleto. He just snagged his first Formula One points with a P8 last race, so I have him backing it up with back-to-back points finishes. Matt has gone with Ollie Behrman. So 4 different drivers, 4 different teams between all of us. We mentioned that Ollie Behrman is one of the hometown heroes. So we are going to get right into the spicy hot takes worth 3 times the points because they're 3 times as crazy. And I'm going right back to Matt because he went Ollie Behrman P10. His spicy hot take is that all 4 British drivers will score points in the Grand Prix. Lando, George, Lewis, those might be slam dunks. It's probably slam dunks for points. Maybe not great points, but certainly up there. Ollie Behrman is definitely the one we have to watch for. He hasn't scored in a while.
I have gone that Kick Sauber is going to go double points in back-to-back races. Following up on their wonderful performance in Austria, I have them doing well here again.
Pretty solid. I'm going with the rain situation, and I'm going to go 3 drivers DNF. It could be also a DNS. I'll throw that in there, but at least 3 drivers do not finish.
And I mentioned talking about Ferrari earlier. I am going with Ferrari will lose out on a podium position because of a bad strategy from a pit wall. I don't know if it's them butchering it last year like they did with poor timing of putting on the intermediate tires.
We're clowns.
Hey, you said it, not me. But this might be up for debate when we get back on was it a bad strategy that butchered it. But I think that there is going to be a little bit of memery going on next week after Ferrari butchers it. Or at least I hope so. I need to make up points somehow in this championship. That's for sure. But you will just have to watch the race. You will just have to tune in to our review episode of the British Grand Prix to know, did we get our predictions right? Maybe Matt was bouncing off the Ollie Behrman pick, the 4 drivers finishing. Esteban Ocon hinted that in the post-race interview after the Austrian Grand Prix that Haas might be bringing some upgrades this week. So A lot to pay attention to. It is nice and easy for you this weekend. A little bit early, not too bad for us East Coast United Statesers, but both qualifying and the Grand Prix are both at 10 a.m. in the morning. Of course, qualifying on Saturday. The Grand Prix on Sunday is on ESPN. You know how it be. Be sure to check it out. And then as soon as you check it out, tune in to our review episode to see how we felt about it, to see if our predictions came true or not, or if Josh is just coasting McLaren style all the way to the championship halfway through the season. But until then, everybody, stay speedy. Goodbye.